And tonight, 27 new charges related to money fraud for Alex Murdaugh. According to the latest indictments, there are new victims in the Murdaugh money mess. They include a state highway patrol trooper, an attorney in Bamberg, and a Colleton County man who is still a mystery. Ann Emerson has been going through all the new indictments. And Ann, what are these charges, or what do these charges mean for Murdaugh?
Well, in a nutshell, if convicted, Alex Murdaugh could be spending the rest of his life in state prison just on these charges. We haven't even heard about federal charges yet. In all, the state accuses Murdaugh of stealing nearly $5 million of clients' money. According to these indictments, the charges run the gambit from money laundering to forgery. Prosecutors say he stole the money the same way he got millions in insurance from his late housekeeper, a bank account mimicking a well-known firm that handles settlements for South Carolina lawyers, ironically called Forge.
What were you the most shocked to see?
The pattern, that there seems to be a pattern to his behavior and the scheme that he used. Again, presumed innocent, but it's there in black and white as to how he did it and the amount of money that he's alleged to have, in effect, stolen from clients and the number of clients that are involved here. Again, we've got a number of counties.
Well, the cases date back to 2015 and cross 5 counties. They include an attorney from Bamberg who says Murdaugh told him to pay him $375,000 personally for legal work. The state says Murdaugh told the attorney that he was going to structure his fees in part because of a possible civil liability in a case involving a boat crash in which a young woman died. Now, in 2019, we know his late son, Paul, was allegedly drunk when he crashed his father's boat, killing 19-year-old Mallory Beach. Condon says he'll be surprised if Murdaugh is the only one involved in such an elaborate and until now successful money fraud scheme, even though he is the only one named in the indictments. There is also no hurry to set a bond hearing right now. Alex Murdaugh is already in jail in Richland County on 2 counts of fraud involving millions of dollars allegedly stolen from the late housekeeper's sons. His lawyers say he is also a person of interest in the death of his wife and son in Colleton County earlier this year.
And today was supposed to be the deadline for North Charleston workers to be vaccinated against COVID, but many still aren't. And they're upset they're not being granted an exemption. Tara Jabor found out exactly how many were denied and how the city made its decision.
Tom Fernandez has been very outspoken about vaccine mandates. He says religious exemptions are not being granted to first responders in the city of North Charleston.
Fernandez says the first responders he talked to say they don't want to get vaccinated because they believe it should be a personal choice and not a mandate. But Fernandez says after those employees filed for religious exemption, their requests were denied by the city. We reached out to North Charleston. They said 71 employees' religious exemption requests were denied. 17 were granted. Fernandez says the city should have offered these employees some sort of alternative.
The employer must be able to provide some type of reasonable accommodation where they have to be tested either weekly, they have to wear masks or maybe put in a different position. They're willing to mask daily. They're willing to social distance if they need to. They're willing to actually get tested.
The city laid out 4 reasons for the denials. The job doesn't always allow for masking and social distancing. There aren't enough positions that limit contact, so transferring everyone isn't an option. The city says weekly testing isn't feasible because the fire department and police work on a 24/7 basis. Last, the city referenced the significant number of fire and police employees who asked for an exemption, saying granting the exemption to everyone would create an undue burden to establish new procedures.
And employees who were denied an exemption now have until December 3rd to get the first dose of the vaccine. Coming up tonight, hear how many employees in the city of Charleston and in the county resigned because of the vaccine mandate.
3 years later, and it's still a problem. Cars and trucks going right past a stopped school bus on Johns Island as kids are boarding. Tara Jabor has video showing it happen. It's all new at 7, and she's working to find out why there still isn't a solution.
A persistent problem has reappeared. Take a look at this. Once again, video shows cars and trucks driving past a stopped school bus near Main Road in McLaren and Trace on Johns Island.
It's just been an ongoing problem since we've been here. An ongoing problem. I'd say almost 7 years now. Close to 7 years.
Coakley is a CCSD board member, well known for bringing awareness to this problem. She doesn't understand why drivers don't stop when they see the bus picking up and dropping off kids.
Because children are not crossing the road, they think that it's okay to keep going. However, it's not. It's not. When you see a stopped school bus, you stop.
And she thinks area growth is making things worse.
It's not safe. You got concrete trucks, you got 18-wheelers, you got tractor trailers, and there's no lighting there either. So the traffic is not decreasing. In fact, if anything, the traffic is increasing.
Coakley and other neighbors want the stop moved into the apartment complex. CCSD says it's not safe for the bus. Coakley, who's a board member, doesn't agree. She and some neighbors can't believe this is still an issue.
That they can't believe that our kids are out there, that they can't believe that this is a continuing fight. It's almost embarrassing.
Signs were added near the bus stop this year, but Coakley says they aren't working. Police say they've spent significant time in the area, but believe driver education is the key.
Education is a big part of it. I think a lot of people don't realize that you're traveling the same direction as a school bus on a multi-lane road. As soon as the lights turn yellow, you're not allowed to pass the school bus.
And their message to drivers?
Let the kids get on and off the bus and then they can move on. Nothing is so important that we should be risking our children's safety.